How are you all doing? I think we're live. There we go. Okie dokes. Yeah, sorry about that. I popped it on. I popped on the live stream, and I noticed the music I put in last week didn't seem to be there. Did it say morning on the graphic? Did it used to say morning? I think it used to say. Did it say morning on the graphic? I don't think so. Anyways, yeah, I popped up the live stream, and last week I had music, and this week the music was gone. And I couldn't figure out where the music file went, and I don't know why it's. I don't know. I still don't know what happened. I just have to add it, and I accidentally added ukulele music, which is the live stream which is the music that got me demonetized last time I did it, which is why we didn't have live stream music for 6 months, because that's how long it takes to find a single file on the internet. That's not how long it takes. That's just how long it takes when you don't prioritize it. Anyways, good morning. Music was only 4 times as loud as you are now. Are you serious? Was it really, by the way? That's actually, I need to know that. That's useful information, because I could turn down the file over there. So just tell me if it was too loud, because I need to figure that out. But if it was, check it out later. Okay, it was very loud, yes. Give me 1 second, because this will be faster. Not faster, but better for me. Okay, so if I go, nope, I can't, never mind. I'd have to change back to the opening. I will change it later. I will try to remember to change it later. But yeah, I could mess with the audio levels. That's not a problem. It's just, your earbuds are a problem. Anyways, hello everyone. Yay, I'm not meetings for this one. Hello, Priya, how are you? Priya, I know I haven't gotten back to you yet. I need to look at my calendar, and I have not done so because life is crazy, but I will soon. ACS, 2 weeks in a row, we're back. Maybe, we'll see. The goal is to do it every week until WSBG. So that means right now, given where we are, we should have the next 3 weeks-ish, but then we'll see, and then we'll have a break, and then back. That's the goal. We'll see if it happens. Board Collect, I'm here for one. Stupid work. Yeah, work is the worst. Successful, is it though? Jim Garner, it's catchy. Pariah, at least doesn't say in the morning. Again, I don't think so, but I don't know what's up with that. Robbie Sanger, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Robbie. Board Game Officer. So a company wants me to do some in-depth videos about their game, and they asked how much to compensate me. I have never asked for money. How do I know how much to charge? Oh, that's such a hard answer. That's a hard answer. So, okay. There's 2 numbers. No, it's more complicated. It's so complicated. It's really so complicated. Because the baseline answer I'd give is you want to be charging at the very least what it's worth to you. Meaning your time. Your time. If your time is not worth, for example, if it's not worth it to you, just make up random numbers here. If they want you to do, let's say, maybe 1 video for simplicity's sake. If they want you to do 1 video, and you know that video is going to take, 4 hours of time. I have no clue what you're doing. Reviews often take the most time because they play it a lot, but I don't charge for reviews. Some companies do. Some content creators do. Whatever it is you're doing, estimate the time it takes and decide what it's worth to you. That's the floor, although it comes with a caveat. So that number might be, maybe you sit there and say it's 4 hours, and you're like, I don't know. Listen, I love board games. I'm willing to do it for $60. $15 an hour, that's cool. And the number can be whatever you want it to be, but that's the starting point, because very often if something you're passionate about, you're willing to charge less. So that's the starting number. That's the lowest amount that it's worth is how much you're willing to charge. Now the caveat on that is you might be willing to charge less than that to get your foot in the door. That's more complicated. But even so, figure out the lowest number. The lowest number on the floor is the number you're willing to charge, taking into account potential future opportunities or all that. But then the next higher number is the value it adds to the company. And that is a combination of 2 things. When you do work for a company, you are doing the value you add is both the quality of the video production itself and then the audience size. And that depends on if they're using it or not. If they're using the videos you create for themselves, then it's up to them to broadcast it, and you're giving them a deliverable, which is the video. If the video is going on your own channel, then part of the deliverable is the audience size. So that's what you have to factor in, what's the lowest amount that's worth for your time, and take into account, willing to work for the future, and then what's the value being added in terms of how many views do you normally get, are they using it themselves, and then figuring out a number from there. Which basically was a very long way of saying, I don't know. It depends on too many things. Successful Geek, check it out later. I will. Jordan, it was very loud. Nathan is super loud. I do think it was very loud. Yeah, okay, I'll change it. I appreciate the feedback. Smooth. Hello, Alex and BGC crew. Just Alex today. Just Alex. Unless BGC crew are the people watching. That's possible. Rob Trotter. Had to turn music down and then you way up. Up. Good afternoon, campers. Good afternoon, all. Aaron, what do you think is Simon's next crowdfunding project? I cannot answer that because I know. So once upon a time, I didn't know the answer to those things, so I had fun speculating. One of my favorite moments is the moment on camera when I realized that Marvel Zombies was going to be the next crowdfunding campaign. And you can see it. This is 2 months before they announced anything, and you could see me on camera doing a weekend review. I'm like, oh yeah, their 50th project, it's gonna be something big, and then you see me slowly come to the conclusion, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Marvel Zombies. And you see me realize that. I have since found out from Simon that they had a lot of fun watching that video in the office. So I kind of figured it out. And I had a bunch of people who were like, oh, that would be so cool. But no one, it wasn't a thing yet. It wasn't announced. But that was cool. The downside of working for GameFound and knowing Simon's upcoming projects is sometimes some of the magic is gone because I know things in advance. So I do know Simon's entire lineup for the year with the caveat that they at one point they added something. So I know their current lineup unless things change. That's always the caveat. But yeah, that is it. Hey, Lord of the Board. I'm only responding to you right away because you said jumped in say hello before work. Sam, it's great to see you. Are you at PAX? Are you at PAX Unplugged? Can we grab I don't know, a coffee or something, a time, a game, anything? But Sam, it's good to see you always. And we should spend more time together because we never do and it makes me sad. But yeah, that is the Simon's next crowdfunding project, so I can't answer it. I can't even say whether I'm excited for it because that would already give away information about it. So I'm just going to say nothing at all. Board Game Officer, thanks for your thoughts on it. Peter Samet, I know you're still collecting your thoughts, but for the CTG version, do you recommend TMB or Elder Scrolls? For the version Elder Scrolls, I don't know. Because that rulebook is, I think the game is simpler. I do genuinely think the game is simpler, but the rulebook is not. The rulebook for Elder Scrolls is not simpler at all. It's simpler. It's longer. So, honestly, for the TMB version, I recommend 20 strong. But I would say that Elder Scrolls is probably less intimidating strategically, and the rulebook, while longer, is clearer. So I think I would go with Elder Scrolls, but I think my favorite is still going to be Too Many Bones. But I do love Elder Scrolls. They're neck and neck, but I think Too Many Bones wins. Kevin Stevenson, when did you stop buying new Marvel Champions? I'd have to go look at my Marvel Champions collection. A year and a half ago, maybe. I don't know exactly when or what I didn't get. But I got to a point where I realized I was collecting a lot of it and not playing it enough. And I'm still not getting rid of it, at least not anytime soon. And I do think I kind of want to go out and get more stuff. Like, there's a part of me that wants to go get all the new Marvel Champions stuff. And I'm like, no, don't do it. Don't do that. You're better than that. You're better than that. I haven't even, there are some Marvel Champions stuff where I haven't even opened the box yet. I haven't opened the box. It's just in shrink. Like, what kind of crazy person keeps their games in shrink? When you love something, you want to put it in your collection with everything else. So, I don't know. Marvel Champions is a hard one. It's such a good game that, sometimes you wish that they didn't make more content for things because then you could slow down and enjoy what you have as opposed to feeling rushed into it. But Marvel Champions, great game. I don't have it all, fortunately. One of the few games where I don't have everything and I haven't gotten rid of it. Usually when I decide I don't need an expansion for a game, that's also the point when I think about getting rid of the game. I've done that. It's been there's a new expansion on Kickstarter, and I'm like, I don't need that expansion. Time to get rid of the game. I don't care enough about it anymore. If I don't need the expansion immediately, I clearly don't love the game enough. Is that logical? No. Do I keep doing it? Yes. Nathan Baker, do you think we will see a new Big Zombicide campaign this year? Nathan, see my previous comments about being unwilling or unable to answer those questions. Jim Garner, either another Zombicide or United game. Jim, see my previous comments of being unwilling or unable to answer those questions. Brandon, hi Alex, hope you're well. We're expecting twins in December. Any advice on how to find time for gaming with young kids? Obviously their first priority, but was curious. Yeah, my advice about how to find time for gaming with young kids is wait 4 years, and then you can game with your young kids. But in all seriousness, I don't have easy answers. I think that when you have kids, especially for the first time, your life is going to get hectic. It's going to be very, very different. And you said twins. Dear Lord, I've never had twins. So your life is going to get hectic. Your life is going to get very overwhelmed. And a lot of things will fall by the wayside while you adjust to dealing with living beings that need you to survive. There's no two ways around it. It's a lot of work. But once the dust settles, you can find time to game. It just becomes a question of what your priorities are in life. I have had so many things I've done in my life, so many different hobbies of different kinds, from painting to reading to to video games to board games to campaign games. I've had so many different hobbies, and ultimately you make time for the things you value most in life. And that's not just hobbies, that's anything, whether it's family or whatever it is. You always make time for the things you value most. And it's not said with any judgment, it's just said with the realization that it's okay if games don't enter your sphere for a while. It's okay. They'll be there waiting when you get back, and hopefully you'll save money along the way. Or you can be one of those people who buys all the games along the way, even though you're playing games less. That is a thing that happens too. But I wish you luck. Kids are great. I love my children dearly, and they play games with me now, because they're all older, which is fun. Although, don't push, you tried calling. What happened there? Uh-oh, we got tried calling. Why is she calling? Should I finish with Brandon. I'm going to finish with Brandon, and I'll call you back in a second, Meg. Do I not have audio? No, I have audio. Let's call back and find out what's going on. But anyways, yeah, so good luck with the kids. Good luck with that situation. Okay, have you played any new edition of Harvard? No, we got, nope, we got backup. Lower the board. We'll grab something. Have a great stream. Good, I'd love to. Good to see you, Sam. Jacob Justice, hello. Should you be on live stream or should I put you on speaker or not?
Sure.
I just don't know why you're calling. You're on speaker now.
Good afternoon, boss.
Good afternoon, boss. Well, good afternoon, not boss.
Not boss. Well, I was on YouTube today and I was watching like a couple of live streams. There's some YouTubers that are, talking about board games today. And I was thinking, we haven't scheduled a new Dice or Right with the most popular people on the BoardGameCo channel, Devin Norris and Jenna Beasley.
We should do that, but you don't have to call me for that. You can call them for that.
Well, I wanted to tell the audience.
Oh.
You're my direct link to the friends.
You want just peer pressure from the audience?
Yeah. Well,
that's
not pressure. Excitement. Hype.
I work in pressure. Pressure's much better.
I'm going to work on this, guys. I'm going to schedule a new one for hopefully next week. So, next week or the week after, whatever other people can do for scheduling.
Whenever you get them on board, I'm happy to do it.
It's well past time because everyone in chat, if you can still hear me, did anyone notice those numbers that are next to the BoardGameCo name and logo on the YouTube channel? Because it's very close to a very particular milestone that's very, very exciting.
Oh, cool.
So I think it's a big time.
I mean, we won't hit that next week, just so we're clear.
No, but there's a lot coming up. There's a lot coming up.
I'm ready. I'm here.
All right, that is all.
I'm going to go back to chat.
All right, I got a few pizzas to make. I'll see you later.
Pizzas to make? Anyways, we got... So, Jacob Justice, would Galactic Cruise be would it be a better, easier first heavyweight game than Vital Lacerda? I watched a playthrough and it seemed much easier than On Mars and Lisboa. I think it was. I think Galactic Cruise was easier. I can't speak for On Mars. I haven't played that. But compared to Lisboa, I think Galactic Cruise was a little bit easier. But it's not... I think it was a little bit easier. Not crazy easier. ACS, what do you think the optimal length for a campaign game is? That depends. Everyone's going to be different. For me, it's 10 to 15 games. I like campaign games to be absorbable and not take up the next 6 months of my life. So actually, I would say not 10 to 15. 10 to 20 games is my ideal length. More than 20, it starts to feel a little much, and less than 10, and it starts to feel a little short. So 10 to 20 for me. Aaron, have you played the new edition of Harvest by Keymaster Games? I have. Review coming shortly. Brian, going on my 4th OSJ box for Marvel Champions, almost have it all. One Sharp Joe box. Going on my 4th One Sharp Joe box for Marvel Champions, almost have it all. Is that how many you need? I only have two One Sharp Joe boxes. All they get, I haven't sleeved my stuff. I know I need 3. I didn't know I need 4. That's a lot. Press Meg, I started calling. Ben, what do you think about Primal now that you have had it for a bit, but also have about them going for a boutique style store for selling the game going forward? So I'm going to do this quickly because I did this last week. I got that question last week. One, I love Primal. Love it. It's one of my favorite games. I'm annoyed that I haven't played it in a week. Like in a week, not in 2 weeks. I'm annoyed I haven't played it in a week. I want to play more Primal. As far as the boutique store, I said that I think it's an interesting experiment, and my guess is they'll be back on crowdfunding within a year. That's my guess. But I hope I'm wrong, because if I'm wrong, it means they were incredibly successful, and I want people to be incredibly successful, and I also want people to not be dependent on crowdfunding. But very few companies have managed to truly break free without feeling the hit. Stonemaier will be one of them. They've managed to build up a buzz around every single release, but they are definitely an exception. Matt, do you ever keep in touch with Quacklope still? Again, also a question from last week. Unfortunately not. Brian, Professor Meg, good afternoon, Meg. Jim Garner, loved Mithrin, but did the same thing. Expansion announcement and realized it was done. Yep, that happens. It happens. If I'm not passionate enough about a game to drop $60 on the next expansion in a second without thinking about it, it means I don't love that game. It's illogical, but it's true. Professor Meg, hello. Pariah, Professor Meg, look for a package next week. I am remiss in sending you for your birthday. Aw, that's sweet of you, Pariah. Brian, long time no see you, Canadian. Robert Wilson, I make time for chronology. Chronology. Is that like a pun because it's chronology? Pariah, hello. Yes, it's been a busy summer. There's never enough time. She wants to be part of the stream. That is probably too successful. You know the thing. In a gaming group, how do you deal with choosing a game with dedicated members with tastes that don't overlap? Co-op, competitive, new replay, war game, economic. You don't. You don't have that option. If their tastes don't overlap, there's not a lot you can do. What I historically have done is, it's tricky. I don't know. I don't know if I've had that issue. I have had gaming groups, but I don't know if I've ever had a gaming group that had I've had preferences, but not like unwillingness. So for example, I guess that's not true. That's not true. I had a friend who didn't like co-op games. So for example, this is what I would do with a friend who didn't like cooperative games. I used to tell him, today, no, what was it, co-op games he didn't like? No, it was Euro games. He didn't like Euro games. He liked Ameritrash. That's what it was. I'm just trying to remember it back. It's a while ago. So haven't played. This guy moved 3 years ago. I haven't played games with him in a long time. But what I used to do with him is I used to warn him that there's a decent chance we're playing Euro games, and I just need to know whether he's in or out. For the head count part, I need to know whether he's in or out almost before the game. Because what you can't do is you can't do a thing where you're picking games based off 5 players, but then as soon as you pick a game, it drops down to 4 players, and that means you can't play that game because you needed 5 players. It gets very hard very quickly. I would usually try to, I just had a game group that their tastes overlap with one exception, and that one exception knew that if he was committing, and if he wasn't, he wasn't. And that kind of was what it was, and it sucks, but that's what happens when you're the odd man out in a group. I don't have an easy answer for you, unfortunately, because I think it's a hard thing. Brian, Devin surprisingly created a video on his channel this week. Recommend. Devin created a video? What was his video? It was great to see Devin do a video. I need to watch that. I love Devin's videos. Jordan Mansfield, 60K. Yep, we are closing in on 60K. Aaron Taylor, hello everyone. Pariah, Aaron, Union Packs you. Would be good to see you again. Cam Reviews, are you excited for Andromeda's Edge to arrive? Not that much. I enjoyed Andromeda's Edge, but I did not love Andromeda's Edge. I believe they are sending me a copy, and I will almost certainly put that copy into the Level Up Retreat library. One of the nice things about having a convention with your, semi-name or that you're attached to, is that when you have games that you know are of interest to people, and that especially if you're getting them, because I covered the game, so as a courtesy, they're sending me a pledge. I believe. I have to remember, but I'm pretty sure they're sending me a pledge. But I don't want to sell or trade that. It feels weird to do that. I've done it with it's one of those things that's weird because when I review a game, no, not the other way around. When I review a game and I like it and I want a copy, it feels normal. When I get a game to review and then I'm done with it and I sell or trade it, that feels normal. But when I review a game and then get a pledge in the future, and then selling or trading it, that doesn't feel normal. Now, to be clear, full transparency, I've done it, but I don't love doing it. So I usually find other things to do. So for example, when I do my channel support, what I very often do with these games, when it was a game that I don't feel the need to own, but they sent me a pledge anyway, more often than not, that either goes up to the Level Up Retreat library, or it goes into a pile in my basement, where I've been stacking various pledges that I'm like, you know what, when I do my end of year drive, when I do my end of year support drive for the channel, for new Patreons, Ko-Fi members and all that, I'm going to do a bunch of giveaways of assorted pledges. That's going to be part of that. So that's something I feel more comfortable doing than selling them. Again, I to be clear, I have sold pledges I've gotten after I reviewed them. I just always feel a little weird about that specific arc of how it goes. So I try to find other ways. Are you excited for Drama's Edge? No. KM Reviews, have you tried Comic Hunters? Yes, I tried Comic Hunters. I liked it. I liked it enough that I want to keep playing it, but I'm not yet confident on it. Sorry. Did I get a ring notification? Because I just heard I heard something loud from upstairs. I don't know what it is. But I didn't get a ring doorbell notification, so I don't know if that's I don't know what it is. Anyways, did you try the new? Nope, not that one. Rob Trotter, I have all, but I think the last 2 hero packs will be buying. I don't know if I'll keep buying because X-Men is what I really wanted. These last 2 and the next 2 will end the X-Men cycle. I should not buy Marvel Champions, and I probably will get it all because I have a sickness. Snow Samurai, did you try the new Cthulhu yet? I mean, I tried it when it was in the prototype phase. Does that count? I have not gotten my copy yet, so no, not past that. I believe US is later. US is late August, I believe. Aaron Taylor, I'm hoping to. That was so much fun last year. It'd be great to see you in George again. Cam Reviews, you can try the Clan Catacombs expansion. No, I like Clan Catacombs, but I did not love Clan Catacombs. I don't have the game. I think Meg has the game, so on the off chance they sent me the expansion, I could cover it. But I don't plan on buying the expansion. Rob, I won't get rid of the game because the X-Men part is what I love the most. I at least want to dig into all the X-Men stuff, but then I do love the game, so I might keep buying it. It is a problem. Marvel Champions is fairly addicting. James Sullivan, by the way, received the deluxe piece of Fidome Hollow. Very nice. Enjoy them. I believe they're sending me a copy to show on the channel in my deluxe vacation series. I guess Meg will do that. Board Game Officer, if you didn't have any work games to play, what game would you stop the stream and want to play right now? Primal. Right? Right now, Primal. I think that's 100% the answer. I think that is what I would do. Ironically, that's work too because they're sponsoring a gameplay series. They're not sponsoring all. They're sponsoring some, and some are just doing it for fun. But Primal will be the answer. Prior, BoardGameCo, I get to Defenders of the Wild today. Enjoy it. I want to play that one. Oh, that's what you're telling me, because you're coming in with it. I understand that now. James Sullivan, I made a 3D printed box of Gnome Hollow, but that are the best I've made today. Game is a lot of fun. I just turned on my 3D printer today for the first time in who knows how long, and my bed is out of alignment, which sounds like a weird sentence unless you know 3D printers. But my bed is out of alignment, which means I started to 3D print. This actually from you, Successful. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get back into 3D printing with that little thingiverse for things and rings. And I started printing it, and it starts trying to print on air. So now I need to go do an alignment check, but then I have to do a live stream first, so there's no alignment check. So when this live stream is done, I'm going upstairs, I'm doing an alignment check on my printer, and from there we'll figure it out. But that's basically where things are. Why are we talking about that? Oh, because Gnome Hollow 3D printer. What level up do you go to? I'm near one in Atlanta. Cam Reviews, Level Up is Level Up Retreat. Level Up Retreat is the convention that I run together with Level Up events. But that is a board game retreat in February. So if you want to go play board games with a whole bunch of people who like board games, that is a good time to go in New Jersey. Ben Cartier, only keep one, everything from Marvel United, everything from Death May Die, or everything from Primal. Okay, so Marvel, oh no, you said Marvel United, not Marvel Champions. Okay, if I could only keep one, Marvel United, Death May Die, or Primal. Death May Die. Marvel United is great. It is great, but it doesn't offer the same... It's a hard part, just so you know. It's a torturous question for the record. The only thing that makes it redeemable is Marvel United is still lighter, and I prefer Clueless May Die over that, or Primal over that. And Primal is still new enough. It doesn't have the longevity that I know I have for Clueless May Die. I've played Clueless May Die enough times and still love it. That Primal doesn't have that yet. So I'm torn between Primal and Clueless May Die, but the one that I've played more and still love is going to win out. Aaron Taylor, did you get Earth Under Siege Flashpoint? Feels weird to complain about it, but I'm not a fan of one box being the lid for another box. I did get Earth Under Siege Flashpoint. It's upstairs at the top of the stairs, and I need to do an unboxing around it, which I plan to do later today or tomorrow. At some point. I plan on doing it at some point. But I don't know if I know what you're talking about, and I don't love that either, in theory. ACS, I have a challenge. Top 10 video games that have nothing to do with board games. Is this a video you want me to do? Or you just want to know my top 10 video games? Clarify what you want. Do you just want my top 10 video games? Because I can possibly do that. Possibly. I'd have to think about it. I don't know if I have a clear top 10. And when you say nothing to do with board games, like for example, does Slay the Spire count as nothing to do with board games? Because it has a board game. What about Monster Train? Monster Train is board game adjacent in the gameplay. Does that count as nothing to do with board games or not? So like, what are we talking about here? I need you to define your terms, and then we can go from there. Brian T. I'm surprised Marvel Champions last X-Men was Magneto. Still no Beast of Professor X. X-Men is my favorite. I have to get them all. I now kind of want to get back. I hate you. Snow Sabri. Top 3 co-op games. Oh, top 3 co-op games. Cthulhu Death May Die. Primal, maybe. I mean, Primal's really good. What's my top 10? Too Many Bones, probably? Too Many Bones? Cthulhu Death May Die, Too Many Bones, and Primal might be there. Primal, I don't know where Primal ends up in my top 100, by the way. I don't know yet. But it's high enough that I'll throw it into the mix right now. Antonio Lovato, do you think Sky Team is overrated? Holy hell yes. Absolutely I do. Now, to be clear, let's define our terms. For me, overrated means that the people who like it, the general hype and buzz around the thing exceeds my own opinion. That's all it means. It doesn't mean the game is overrated, because that's a silly thing to say. Games are rated based on people who like those games. If I like a game here and most people like it here, then I'm the one out. Like, I don't want to impose my opinions on others. But if we're defining overrated as I like it this much and other people like it this much, then yes, Sky Team is absolutely overrated. But it doesn't mean it doesn't deserve that. So, and I like Sky Team. Just to be clear, I like Sky Team. But like the world loves Sky Team, and I'm like, I like Sky Team. Jim Garner, first layer Z alignment for the win. Yeah, Jim, I'm not looking forward to I just want to print. I just want to hit a freaking button and print. Why does it have to be so much work? Nathan, any tips on getting your younger kids playing games? My son is 8. I can barely get one game played a month. He likes Marvel United, Stuff Fables, and Spot It. I don't have strong tips for it. I don't push games. I mean, the only tip I would have is find games they might resonate with more. So, for example, your son is 8, right? If your son is 8, try Steal the Bacon. Like, really, legitimately, try Steal the Bacon. Try Trio. Trio's a good one, too. Try That's Not a Hat. Okay? My kids love all those games. There's just 3 games off the top of my head. They love all those games. I don't push my kids to play games. I expose my kids to games, and if they like them, they want to play them. And there's the games they theoretically want to play, and there's the games they actually want to play. And the games they actually want to play are almost always faster games that the individual game is like 15 minutes. They might play it for 3 hours straight, but the 15-minute games at a time is what they like the most. Games like Marvel United, they like, but they don't play them as much, although they did love Stuffed Fables. I did not like Stuffed Fables at all. So, yeah, that's my biggest tip, just exposure and whatever. Okay, Cam Reviews, have you tried Unmatched Slings and Arrows? Nope, I don't love the Unmatched universe. Jacob Justice, did you play Raising Robots much? Looks fun, but feels too similar to Wingspan to own both. It does feel similar to Wingspan. I have played it. I still own it. I don't know if it's a game I'll own forever yet. I don't know that. I enjoy it. I prefer it more than Wingspan, but it still feels a little clinically similar in a way that I enjoy it, and that's kind of where I tap out. Jim Garner, Raising Robots is on my want to play before I buy list. Good choice. Flip side of board games. What's up, Alex? Been Jones played Umbrellas ever since Dice Tower East. Sam, I just got, first of all, welcome aboard, Sam. Good to see you. I just got a shipping notification that I have Umbrellas come my way, and I was so excited. I wanted to pick it up at Gen Con, and apparently they missed the shipment, or whatever. Like, they're supposed to have it at Gen Con, and they didn't. And I was very excited for it. So, yeah, good to see you. Are you a PAX? If you're a PAX, we should get a game in. Kenneth, yes, louder. What's louder? I don't know what Kenneth is saying. Okay. Let's see where I lost my place. Kenneth said louder, but then I lost my spot. Jim, no mention of Agamonia. Yeah, I like Agamonia a lot. It's not my top 3 co-op games. Agamonia, my original review of Agamonia was a 4 out of 5. Depending on how my campaign playthrough goes, I could see it being bumped to a 4.5 out of 5. And I really do like it, but not top 3 like it. Like, top 100 like it, absolutely. Top 3 like it? No. Aaron, would like to hear your review of the new Alien Romulus movie. I have not watched it. Don't know when I will. I plan on watching it. I just don't know when I will. Rob, have you gotten to try Compile yet? I think it was a missed 2-player game for Gen Con. I played Compile at PAX Unplugged last year, if I'm not mistaken. I liked it at the time, but didn't love it. I do have a copy I came back from Gen Con with, and I plan on playing it more. Brian T, overrated sounds like Arcs. It's currently the buzz, but we'll see where it is for 2 years from now. I mean, based on who it is, both the designer and the company, I think it's still going to be there 2 years from now. Like, the hype around Arcs is not the same as the hype around Oath. Like, when Oath came out, it was like some people liked it, some people were mixed, and then it kind of dropped. Arcs is a game that people love. I think it's going to be just totally around in 2 years from now. Cam Reviews, Dune Imperium with expansions or a base game Dune Imperium Uprising? I haven't played Dune Imperium Uprising, so I can't answer that. But Dune Imperium with expansions is the way to go, specifically Rise of X. Zach, any chance of some upcoming Elder Scrolls content before pledge closing? That is my goal. But my goal is always challenged by these so many things that I'm trying to do. So my goal is to play Elder Scrolls before the pledge closes. Successful Geek, get a bamboo printer. It aligns itself. Bamboo printer. So let me see yourself 1 second. Because I think bamboo printer. I just want to see bamboo printer. There is a printer I was just looking into. I want to see if it's the bamboo printer. Yeah, it was the Bamboo Lab 3D Printer A1. Is that the one? I was just looking into that. I hate you right now, Successful. So I had this up. I had this guy up over here. I had that up on my my page to look into. And is the self-contained one better or the non-self-contained one? I mean, it's more expensive by like $200. I was looking at the Bamboo Lab printers just recently, and I am very tempted to get it. But I want to actually use my 3D printer. Like the 3D printer, I bought my 3D printer for like $250 like 4 years ago, 3.5 years ago, and then I used it to make half of an insert and then never finished using it. I cannot spend money on another 3D printer until I have shown that I'm willing to print things out and use it. So if I have to go through the hoops on this stupid thing, I'll go through the hoops, and then I'll print things and I'll use it and I'll make it work. But otherwise, I'm not buying a 3D printer. Okay. Jim Garner, FYI, I hear Bamboo X1 is press print and go. Yeah, I've heard that too. That's why I was looking at it. Some stupid person on Facebook posted a whole review and I want one now. Kevin Stevenson, Marvel Champions is new to me since June, hitting 100 log plays tonight. Amazing. Good job, Kevin. Jim Garner, high five. You know the thing? I have a weekend coming up where I have a few full days I can play solo. Should I learn and play Tainted Grail or Voidfall or play solo Too Many Bones with Gasket for the first time? Too Many Bones solo with Gasket for the first time. Obviously, not even a question. 1 second. I'm not gonna take this call. 1 second. Message them. Message. Okay, give me 1 second. I'll call back in a few minutes. Okay. Not a few minutes. In 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Sorry. 20 minutes. This is why I shouldn't have my phone up, because then I see things. Let's see. Jacob just has message retracted, which always has me curious. But before that, we have Gasket. Play with Gasket. Flip side of board games. Good answer. Don't push games on kids they don't want to play. Just have ideas ready when they do. Exactly. Yeah. Easy. Yeah. Slay the Spire counts as though it was originally a video game before a board game. But if it's a board game first, you can't pick it. A video if necessary, but it can be done on stream. I'll leave that up to you. Do I want to do a full video? I'm kind of tempted to, but I'm not going to. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to do it right now. Top 10 video games. This is not in any specific order. This is just my recollection of video games that have been amazing and incredible experiences, and that I either still play now, or that I need to turn my phone down. I'm going to turn it face down now. That I either still play now, or that I have such fond memories of how impactful they were. So this is in no particular order. BioShock, for sure. I'm counting the whole thing as a series. BioShock was amazing, an incredible experience. Always has been. Portal. Portal's such a good game. Incredible experience. Guild Wars 1, specifically Guild Wars 1. Just took over my life in such a huge way. Slay the Spire, I'm going to count that one. If we're able to count that, I'm going to count that one. These are my top 10 video games for those that are just jumping in. I'm answering the question from earlier. Overwatch, as much as Overwatch has flaws, it's a game that I have put so many hours in, and I still enjoy it very, 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 very much. The Batman Arkham Knight series, like the entire series of games again, incredible experience. Spider-Man, I haven't played Spider-Man 2, I haven't played Miles Morales, but the original Spider-Man, I'm currently working my way through it right now again for the second time, before diving into hopefully Miles Morales. So that brings me to 7 without having to pause and think too much. Which things were impactful aspects of my video game childhood? Oh my gosh, Mass Effect, incredible experience. Incredible. Like, it's one of those games that some of these games I don't go back to, but I want to go back to, and I think about them, like I should go back to them. So Mass Effect is up there. What else is there? 2 more games that have been incredibly impactful or that good. Like, I have fond memories of certain games. Like, you ever play Commander Keen growing up? But, like, I can't put that in 10 best video games. That's just, like, nostalgia for, like, games I played when I was a kid. What were great games that I played? Like, great, great, great games. I need 2 more. There's a lot of good ones out there. But 2 more that blew my mind. Like, I'm tempted to say Dragon Age Origins, but I don't think so. I think Mass Effect was the best one in that genre for me. 2 more games. I arguably should put Call of Duty there. As much as it has issues, I'm going to put Call of Duty there. As much as Call of Duty has had its issues, until I got into Overwatch, Call of Duty was something that I played through like 7 different Call of Duties. Like, I love that game. Oh, Far Cry. Far Cry I love. There we go. Those are games that I've played. I played almost all the Far Cries. I have not played the newest one. So those are 10 games that are going to be eligible for my top 10. Let's put it that way. No, Witcher 3. I didn't play Witcher. I didn't care Witcher. I tried Witcher so many times. I tried it. I just couldn't get into it. Okay, Jacob Justice, are you excited for Unconscious Mind? Very excited. Flip side of board games, yep, try to pick up Gen Con. Yep, exactly. Jordan Mansfield, did you ever try Tales from the Red Dragon Inn? I did not, but I've always wanted to. Danielle Barada, damn, still asymmetrical. I told you, Danielle, it's not changing it. Is it Danielle? It's Danielle, right? Danielle. Brian T, just make sure you read any read first inserts for playing Elder Scrolls. Flip side of board games, Titan is staring to my soul from your shelf. Played a prototype at SM back in the day, so cool. I haven't played it. I want to play that one a lot. I want to play that. Successful Geek. The A1 is great, but I like the enclosed P1S, but it's expensive, but I never have to worry about it now, so now I want the P1S. Thank you very much. But if I start printing reliably, I am open to it. I'm, like, totally open to it. I just, like, I'm in a place where I, like, the way I spend money is I spend money infrequently on things that are worth it to me. I'm happy to pay $700. Not happy. I'm willing to pay $700 for a 3D printer if I were to use it properly. Even just the toy factor alone for my kids, like printing little articulated dragons for them, that'd be amazing. But I just need to use it. And I need to get into the habit first. And once I prove I'm willing, it's no differently than kids. You're like, hey, well, use that thing first, and then we can get you the next thing. If you actually use your bike, we'll buy you a bike. I need to do that for myself, too. I'm responsible. Okay. Let's see. I'm a bit late today. Newbie question. What helps? No, where are we? Everyone's great. Snow Samurai. Any small bot games you carry on trips? Yes. For Northwood goes with me on every single trip that I've gone on in the past year. For Northwood has been with me. I haven't played it every single trip, but it's gone with me every single trip. Kenneth Elder, newbie question, what helps more, YouTube subscription or Patreon? Ko-Fi helps the most. I would say in order of how beneficial it is, it's Ko-Fi, then Patreon, then YouTube subscription. Thank you, by the way. Duke Johnny, hi, I'm a bit late today. Sorry, Alex. Did you have a chance to play TM with some of those new items you showed us recently? No, I haven't. No, that's not true. I have. I played TM with one of the big new maps and some of the promo cards and a Prelude 2. So I've played with Prelude 2 and the new maps and stuff. I don't know why I said no, I haven't. I said no, I do know why I said no, I haven't. I don't know why I said I don't know why I said it. The no, I haven't is I also want to play the Atama, and I haven't done that yet, but I meant to, and that counts basically. Most of my logged plays are games I meant to play, not actually games I played. That's a lie, in case anyone actually thinks I'm serious. Joey. Hi, Alex. My friend has an X1 Carbon. He's the one that printed the Dice Miner Mountain for Meg with the power went out, and when the power went out, a mint print when he was printing it. So, which is the X1? Is the X1 Carbon, is that Panda? I'm going to go look back at my phone again. The X1, what's the X1 Carbon? Let's see. How expensive is the X1 Carbon? Bamboo, oh, it is the X1. It's the Bamboo, oh, it's the X1 Carbon. Wait a second, holy, that's $1,500. What is the one that I thought was $700? What is happening here? I don't want a $1,500, I mean, I want a $1,500 printer now. Printers. There's the enclosed, okay, the Bamboo Lab P1S 3D printer is $600. The X1 Carbon is $1,200? I don't need a printer. 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 Brian T. Voidfall is the answer. Full stop. Such a delightful brain-burning challenge. Eventually. I'll get to eventually. Jacob Justice. My 8-year-old loves playing Raw. Forgot to put the ats. That's why I retracted. Speaking of Raw, have you seen the Traders expansion in Raw and Right? I have not. Flip side of board games. Gotta go. Editing breaks over. Have a great day and keep up the great work. Good to see you, Sam. Thanks for stopping in. Duke Johnny, Witcher 3 for goodness sake. No, I tried Witcher 3. I tried playing The Witcher 3 several times, and I could never get into it. And I still am bothered by it. Like, I'm still like, it's such a great game, and people love it. Why can't I get into it? And I don't have an answer, but I still can't. And so it is what it is. Kikushu, Senjutsu, Call of Duty. Oh, PC games. Yes, we're talking about PC games. Professor Meg, I sent this message once, but I'm not seeing it. Maybe Sunday, I didn't see it either. Maybe Sunday we can do an Elder Scrolls live playthrough on my channel. Maybe? Sunday. Is that doable? I'm open to the conversation. I'm open to it. Nathan, Jacob Justice, I don't have Raw. I will look into that one. Also, no one fret. Not forcing games on him. Kigoshu, Professor Meg wants to play Senjutsu. No, she doesn't. She wants to play Elder Scrolls. Successful Geek, I use my previous printer off and on. Now that I have the P1S, it's almost always printing. I hate you. Okay. Maybe when I do my fundraiser for the channel, I'll tell people I'm getting a printer. I can justify it as board game related. It will be used for a lot of board game stuff. I'm not getting it now. Prime Day was expensive for me because I moved and there's a bunch of things I bought. Prime Day was an expensive day. I will wait. I'm gonna wait. Moving on. Brian T. Alex, sell your 3D printer to buy the new one, just like board games. Sell the old one to get the new one. That's a good point. How much does an Ender 3 V2 go for on eBay used? Let me know the answer to that because I can't imagine it's that much. I mean, it might be $100. It counts. Brio, you need files. I have a great insert and meeple grids for the White Castle. I don't need the White Castle. I don't need files. I mean, you can find files. I need the printer. Joey Crouch, I actually think his was a P1S, and the other benefit to it is significantly faster than my CR10. Oh, so he had the cheaper one. Interesting. Okay, good to know. Yeah, Bamboo is... I'm a little worried about Bamboo now. I want the Bamboo ones. Successful Geek, X1C is overkill for most people. X1C if you want to print carbon fiber stuff. P1S is best for people like you and me. The noobs of the world. So that's good. Now we went down from 1200 to 600. This is already better. You have the P1S. That's what you have, Successful. Let me just look at it again. I'm going to look at it again. P1S. So the P1S is the $600 currently on sale. Currently sale from $700 down to $600. Except when I click on the link, it says $849. What in the world? This is... It feels like a bait and switch. What am I doing here? What am I misclicking? It says $600 until you click on it. Okay, the P1S combo is $849. What's the P1S combo versus the P1S? Oh, the P1S combo has the feeders on top. Well, I feel like I want the feeders. Why wouldn't I want the feeders? How do you get the filament in? Successful, do you have the P1S with the feeders? No, we're not hopping on a call later. I'm not getting this. I'm being responsible. We're hopping on a call in 6 months. I'm getting squeaky. This is how annoyed I am by this printer conversation. I want it. I want these things. They're toys. Okay. Press Mag, I'd certainly like to watch that live. Cheers. Yeah, I was close to buying a P1S, but I've upgraded so many parts of my CR10 and don't print stuff enough to justify it. That's fair. Kim Classic, do you ever get around to trying the Vindication expansions? No. Duke Johnny, Witcher 3 as well. It's a big investment, time-wise and sometimes emotion-wise, so I get it. You still recommend it. I played it. I really tried. Like, I didn't just jump in for 10 minutes. I played it for, like, I don't know, 6 hours, 7 hours, and I was like, I'm not caring enough about what's happening here. I don't know why. I do want to try Black, what's it called? No, not Black, the Wukong. Is that called Black Myth Wukong? Is that what it's called? I want to try that. People seem to be raving about that one. Snow Samurai, looking forward to Game Nerds Day? Not specifically. I usually don't get that much on Game Nerds Day. I think maybe I got something last year. I don't know. I don't go crazy. I spend money on board games. I don't go crazy about the Game Nerd Sale Day. Kevin Stevenson, more Marvel Champions before printer? No. I'd probably use the printer before the Marvel Champions. Brian, I'm very tempted to get a Glowforge Pro HD with all this 3D printer talk. I looked into it earlier this month. Too tempting. Successful Geek, I do have the P1S. Do you have the P1S with combo or just the P1S? Successful Geek, let's hop on a call. Nope. Joey Crouch, that has the AMS in it, which is the 4-color switching. Well, I think I want the 4-color switching. That's what we want. Successful Geek, the AMS is amazing. Pariah, are we starting a GoFundMe for Alex's new printer, Successful Geek? Go for it. I will not say no. Also, thank you. Successful Geek, I have the combo. It comes with fries and a medium Coke. That's funny. I just traded some prints for about $100 in coffee too. What do you mean $100 in coffee? Like someone gave you $100 in coffee for some prints you did? I think that's reasonable. What is the opinion of Dragon's Down? Apparently it's fantastic and 20 years in the making. I don't know what Dragon's Down, so I can't answer that. Black Myth Wukong is still great, although my hours are dedicated to NG plus 3 on Elden Ring. I assume that's the expansion? Is that what the expansion is? I don't know. Duke Johnny, last question. Any luck with playing with Deep Rock Collective board game? I just received the expansion. I'm super excited. I know luck. I've played it twice, and then I keep meaning to dive back into it, and I keep forgetting to dive back into it, and I keep prioritizing other things. So I did a thing today, okay? And this is not a thing that is good, but I did a thing. I went through all my games that I need to review. Every single last one. And I counted them all. And that may have been a mistake, because I have apparently 169 board games that I need to review. Now, to be clear, many of those I am ready to review. I think if I broke it out, like 35 of them I'm ready to review. I think there's 34 of them I'm ready to review. 31 of them I have played, but I need to play more. So the way I have a grid where I count this stuff. And so my categories are review copies. I have played, where I've played the game, but I need to play it more because I don't feel confident that I'm ready to review it yet. I want more experience with the game. I have ready to review, which is the next column. These are games I can pull off the shelf and review them. I'm good to go. And then I have filmed, where it's already filmed. And 169, yes, Duke. So from this 169, again, 35 I'm ready. 34 of them I'm ready to review. I just need to take the time to pull off the shelf, set it up, and film. 31 of them I've played and need to play more. And then like whatever the remaining math is, 104, is that what it was? I think it was 104. 104 I haven't played yet. And from those 104, I don't know how, some of them are like really old. There's some that like are 4 years old, because on my channel, I've reviewed 1,000 games roughly. There's 940 filmed videos on my channel. There's another like 30 that you haven't seen. And then from those, many of them are roundup reviews that have like 6 games in a video. So realistically, my channel has around 1,100 reviewed games. So it seems like around 10% of what I've gotten hasn't been reviewed yet. And that just takes time. That's just like, sometimes the games come in. Sometimes I get like, again, like a good example is I did my Gen Con 2023 recap, and I came back last year from Gen Con with 52 games, was it? Or 51 games? 51 games. And from those 51 games, I played 48 over the course of the year, and 3 of them are still unplayed. Those 3 are in my pile of 169 games. There's always a degree of getting games, and then some slip past, but the new stuff's always coming, and some slip past. And so that's just a lot to deal with that I will get to at some point. Almost everything. I mean, yeah, we'll see. We'll get to it. Did he play the last 2 games from Gen Con 2023 yet? No, not yet. That's exactly. Right now I'm working on Gen Con 2024. I'm trying to ensure that all the things from this year are I can get as many of them as I possibly can, and I've gotten most of them. The amount I've gotten done from Gen Con 2024 is honestly a little inspiring for myself, considering how much these things can go. Murphy is even watching. Do you mean like Brothers Murph? What do you mean? Who's Murphy? Hello, other Joe? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Murphy's watching, unless you mean Brothers Murph. But anyways, yeah, it's a lot of fun, the hobby. But it is a lot of work and a lot of responsibility. There's a lot that goes into all these things, and there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure around Murphy's Law, got it. There's a lot of pressure around all the games that exist. And there's a lot of tornness between what you want to do versus what will cross another 3 games off your review list. And that's good. Again, I'm not complaining. I live a privileged life where I get free games and I get to do what I want for a living, which is insane. And I'm grateful for that. But it's always a mix of things is my only point. Clash of Cultures. That's one that has slipped past, unfortunately, multiple times. By the way, I'm so happy I printed the Primal insert. I'm glad you are. You said you got everything into that main box? Because I might have to do that at some point. But again, I really should. I should not have. We're going to be responsible. I'm going to be responsible. I am open to buying a printer in 6 months. It's not happening now. I need to be mindful of what I spend money on and at what expediency. Maybe I'll just get PAX Unplugged. And the money that from there, I'll go to the 3D printer. Both of them are an investment in the channel, just in very different ways. Anyways, that is basically that. Where we got Bag of Dungeon. Have you heard of a board game called Bag of Dungeon? I personally didn't enjoy it, but the concept was interesting. Do you have any suggestions for an adjacent dungeon randomizer tile game? I don't think I have heard of Bag of Dungeon. It does not feel like I recall that. As far as a dungeon randomizer tile game, I mean, there's many... I don't even mean by randomizer. There's many random dungeon games. I don't know what you mean by dungeon randomizer tile games, so I can't answer authoritatively. You should talk to Jake. Him or his buddies might be selling printers too. Honestly, I would totally talk to Jake, but it depends. Depends. If Jake was selling a bamboo, because I happens to be before Successful or whatever his name is. Brian mentioned. I think it was Successful and Brian. Before they mentioned the bamboo, I had been looking into a bamboo printer a week ago. Like I had started looking and started figuring things out, and I got the itch. Do you get that Monster Hunter World Iceborne has more impressive miniatures than Prom miniatures? I'd have to look. I think that I like the Prom miniatures a lot. They're not, scale-wise, they're not the largest, but I really like the actual miniatures. I do think, though, that Monster Hunter World and Steamforged in general puts out fantastic-looking games with fantastic-looking miniatures. My biggest problem with the Monster Hunter World series is I think the art looks terrible. Like, then that's not their choice. They're just forced into that world and that art and all that stuff, and I'm not... Like, the card art, I just don't think looks great. It's very boring and dry and plain, and I think that they really need to get... Not need to. I like Monster Hunter World. I really like it, and I like Monster Hunter World Iceborne even more. But I think Primal is, like, amazing, and Monster Hunter World is very, 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 very good. Board Collect. I placed my Ender 3 with a Bamboo A1 with AMS. So nice. I hate all of you. Okay. ACS. Bag of Dungeon basically is like Carcassonne where you draw tiles and slowly build a dungeon. I think there are a bunch of games like that. What's that other game? Adam, you might know this one. Successful, you might know this. Legend something? I want to say there's a game called Legend something. Or is it Legend? What is it? Let me see. Let me see. We can find out. 1 second. It was Legend something or other. Let me see. Legend board game? Do you have it there? Let me go to BoardGameCo. You type in Legend. Oh no, it's Forgotten Legends? Forgotten Legends. Let me see. Legends. Forgotten Legends is the one I want to say it is. So I don't know. Yeah, Forgotten Legends. The Warm Emperor? No, that's not it. No, it's not Forgotten Legends. Forgotten... I think it's Forgotten something. Let me see if I'm getting this here. Forgotten Depths. Okay, so Forgotten Depths, that's what it is. So the game's called Forgotten Depths. It's a light dungeon crawler, and it has tiles. It has tiles where they come out and whatnot. So yeah, I'd say check out Forgotten Depths. I think that's the one I'm thinking of. Like, I don't see the tiles in the picture. Are there tiles? Now I'm not sure. Yeah, there's tiles. Forgotten Depths. Check out Forgotten Depths. That might be one that will scratch that itch. Dungeon Decorators. I don't know if I consider that a dungeon crawler. That's more like Carcassonne that has a dungeon theme. It's a dungeon theme, not a dungeon crawler. Aaron Taylor, I have a snap maker because I want a 3D printer, laser graver, etc. J-Rock, any thoughts on BoardGameCo merch? I should do it. That's the thought. I should do it. I've been meaning to do it. I just haven't done it. Pariah, now I'm going to have to buy a bamboo. Let's talk. Send me what I need. Successful Geek. I'll buy what I back when I get back from your trip. This chat was so much. We're getting at least one person to buy a 3D printer and others to be tempted, and I'm in the tempted camp of things. So we'll see how that goes. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and close things up because I have to call someone back anyway right now. So I'm going to go and wrap things up a drop earlier than I normally would. And definitely totally not going to go buy a 3D printer. You can always get your current printer working and then buy the standard 3D printer. Then you can have prints done twice as quick. Honestly, what I'd probably do with my 3D printer right now is I could sell it, but I know enough people who want one that I'd probably gift it. Given the value, I'd look into the market first. I'd look into what I get on eBay. But if I'm getting $100 for it, I believe I'd rather gift it to people I know who could use it and would use it and enjoy it. So we'll see. But I do want the bamboo PMS one, which I'll do later at some point. Just like 6 months. 6 months now. Anyways, until next time, I appreciate all of you. I'm going to go ahead and end this, and then I'm going to go tweak that volume setting so that next week it doesn't blast you with really loud music. And I will see you next Thursday, either with Meg's Game Show or alternatively with just myself as usual. Anyways, and until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from BoardGameCo, and I hope you have a good one.